This section is about tangents and secants. A secant is any line or ray that intersects a circle in exactly 2 points. So the orange lines you see over here are called secants. When two secants intersect inside a circle, the angles formed are related to the arcs they intercept. There are 3 theorems that we will use. If two secants or chords intersect in the interior of a circle, then the measure of each angle formed is a half of the sum of the measures of the arcs intercepted. If a secant and a tangent intersect at the point of tangency, then the measure of each angle formed is a half the measure of its intercepted arc. And then last, if two secants, a secant and a tangent, or two tangents intersect in the exterior of an angle, then the measures of the angle formed is 1/2 the difference of the measures of the intercepted arcs. So here is an example of the first theorem. It's wanting you to find the value of x. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add these two these two arc measurements and then divide it by 2. So 55 plus 75 would give us 130, divided by 2 is 65. That's giving us this angle. Then to find MKN, these two are a linear pair, so I would just subtract it from 180. So 180 minus 65 would be 115. Pause the video and try the check question. In the check question, you will see that I added the two intercepted arcs, so 47 plus 16, and then divided by 2. So you should be getting 81.5. In example 2, we'll show you how to use the second theorem. So what it's telling you to do is that you're going to find the measure of arc JLK, so the green arc that you see there. What it's telling you is similar to what we've done before. This angle is going to be equal to half of the arc. So all we have to do is just double this angle. So that's why we'll take it times 2 and we'll get 232. Now pause the video and try the check question. In the check question, you will see that I have labeled my angle at 64, and then I have doubled that angle to find the arc measure. So this is 128. Now this one's a little trickier because they want the arc DEF, which is this side of the circle. So when I'm finished, I had to take 360 and subtract away the 128 to find my final answer, which is why the answer is 232. In the last example, we're going to show tangents and secants intersecting outside a circle. This problem is a little bit more complex. So what they're doing is they're giving you an angle outside of here. It says a photographer is taking a photo of the Thomas Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. from the boat in the tidal basin. The photographer's lines of sight are tangent to the memorial at points Q and S. If the camera's view angle measures 36, what portion of the memorial will be visible in the photo? So what it's saying is, because we can model this by a circle, the arc measure of the memorial is 360 degrees. So we're going to find a portion of that 360 degrees. You're going to set up 2 expressions. You're going to let the minor arc, QS, be symbolized as just X. And then we're going to let the major arc, QRS, be symbolized as 360 minus X, which is how we would find it. What it's telling you to do is that you're going to take this angle and set it equal to half the difference of these other two. So what that means is we know the angle is 36, so we're going to put it over here in the P spot, set it equal to half the difference of my 2 arcs. Well, we're going to take the bigger one and subtract the smaller one. So I'm doing 360 minus X, and then that's in parentheses, so then I can minus X again. Then we're going to simplify. So I'm going to combine my X's, so it's negative 2X. There are 2 different ways you could approach this equation at this point. You can either distribute this 1/2 or just times by 2. They timesed by 2, added or subtracted 360, and then divided. So they got their measure of the arc to be 100. Since we found that x is equal to 144, we know that that means the minor arc, the QS, is 144 degrees. So to find the portion of the memorial that we can see, we're going to find that fraction. So we're going to do 144 divided by 360 since we have a circle, and then find that percent. So we divided, we got 0.4, change it to a percent, you get 40%. Again, this is more complex, so if you have questions, please let us know. That concludes our tangents and secants.